isn't, who will decide when it is?
I think it accomplished a great deal, but it's not over because there's still nuclear material, enriched uranium that has to be taken out of Iran.
Now, I need you to pay attention to something here. Notice the way that his face looks, and notice the shit-eating grin, the smirk, the semi-smirk he has on his face as he says this stuff. And understand, the reason he has this face is because he knows every single thing he's saying here is complete and utter horse shit. He doesn't give a fuck about the nuclear material. It's not about that at all, not even close. He knows Iran is not going to offensively attack Israel or the U.S. He understands that. What he's doing here is he's trying to come up with some sort of rationalization and justification to merit total civilizational destruction, to merit turning Iran into a failed state so Israel can steal more territory and become the regional hegemon. That's what this is about. So you'll see the smirk, the shit-eating grin, because he knows every word he's saying is total garbage. He knows he's just providing a cover story and he's expecting you idiots to eat it up.
There's still enrichment sites that have to be dismantled. There's still proxies that Iran supports, their ballistic missiles that they still want to produce. Now, we've degraded a lot of it, but all of that is still there, and there's work to be done.
Notice the other thing that both Trump and Netanyahu do. They're having a hard time justifying what they're doing here. So they argue both things at the same time. They contradict themselves all the time where they go, oh, we're destroying Iran. You know, they've been bombed to smithereens. Everything is rubble. They're basically on the verge of total collapse. They're desperate for outside support. We've pounded them so hard, there's nothing they can do about it. We've succeeded so much. Like Trump always said, we've taken out their Navy, we've taken out their Air Force, we've taken out so much. But at the same time, it's always, oh, but they're a perpetual threat that at any minute now they can attack us, so we need to be able to go after them for defensive reasons. And the war's not done yet. Don't say the war's over. Well, which is it? Are they totally obliterated and decimated and, you know, a pile of ash? Or is it the case that they're strong and they're powerful and you still got to go to war with them? They try to say both things at the same time because these are fucking idiots who are massively incompetent and they don't even know how to get their propaganda straight.
The highly enriched uranium will be removed from Iran.
You go in and you take it out.
With what? Special forces from Israel? Special forces from the United States?
Well, I'm not going to talk about military means, but what President Trump has said to me, I want to go in there. And I think it can be done physically. That's not the problem. If you have an agreement and you go in and you take it out, why not? That's the best one.
Cut it out later, but other than that, nigga, ask me anything you want to ask me, nigga.
You're smart. Put this on text. Put this on text.
That's a bad. I'm finna get your number right now.
Make a group chat right now.
Later,
Alright, later, my brother.
Alright.
Alright, I'll be safe.
Thank you, brother.
I feel like I deserve credit on that relationship. I feel like I deserve credit on that relationship, chat. I do. Sometimes I've been there. I got a girl, like, I've been arguing with her about the same point all day. Sometimes I gotta bring around my loudmouth friend. He gonna talk shit. She always complain that he not shit, but like he gonna say shit in a way that don't coddle her feelings, and he know that, or she know that he want no parts of her. Like he got no reason to be trying to game her up. He just keeping it 100. I let her soak up that type of game from that nigga, and then when we go back to the crib, now I could benefit from that conversation because I'm like, yo, you see what niggas is saying? Like it's not even me. Like, because when it's you and her in the crib, gaslight. Shorty gaslighting you in the crib. Like, you in the crib with her alone gaslighting. Nah, you insecure. Nah, yo, I'm not doing that. I'm just collabing. Shorty, I'm trying to explain to you for the 30th time. This is not collabing. These fucking rappers are hitting you up because they want to just even pop. Even if they don't fuck. And by the way, that's a conversation I had with her like 2 days ago. I'm like, yo, these rappers, like, I actually believe that not every rapper fucked her. But the mere fact, the moment a nigga pop out with you and it's seen as they flew you out, nigga, in the minds of fans, they fucked you. You a hoe. So now the man that really like you, he kind of like in a position like, damn, I'm like the cuck. Like, I gotta be over here with you, like really loving on you, but you linking with all these niggas who trying to make me look crazy. That's crazy if Offset did. I think Offset was on tour with. Jesus, take the wheel, man. But I'm glad for them. And you know what I'm actually most happy about? Cap. Because I don't like when niggas treat a girl they really like a hoe. And I think when he had said, like, yo, be loyal to the street shit or whatever, I think he was just kind of like a little tight at her. glad now he's like, nah, nigga, I love this chick. Like, yeah, I wasn't fucking with certain of her actions, but yo, she said she trying to be locked in. I bet I'm gonna be locked in with her. He claiming her publicly, man. I'm gonna wish the best for them, but if it work out, I'm taking credit. I'm matchmaker. That is kind of wild. Yo, there was the Offset camp. There was some dates that Offset and Offset. They both was on the tour. Yeah, look. Sometimes the niggas just be waiting until you say you single though. Like, sometimes like they're probably not friends like that. But Seth probably was waiting like, yo, as soon as that nigga not fucking with her no more, I'm on it. Alright. Love. This is great paradise, man. I like it. Look. I don't know if he wrote this song about her, but I just got onto the song when he brought her out at some, I don't know if it was homecoming, but like some college. It's called Head Doctor. But there's a song called Head Doctor by No Cap. And just, which is so funny, he mentions some boxing shit. I don't think he mentioned Floyd though. He's like, and just like Muhammad Ali, oh yeah, I'm trying to go another round. He brought Shorty out for this one. I like this song now. Said 10 million hoes, you the one I chose. Okay. He says, I hope you don't leave me wrong. I'm talking about Lucci and Regine, Biggie and Faith. Oh. Alright, so Samaya is that's his little shit. That's his little fun shit right there. Alright, Samaya. No more niggas. Straight up. Better stay with Cat, man. Alright, that's cool. You rock with it. This is also how I know she's not a natural whore. And I'm open to be wrong. I could tell she does all she wanted to do is be claimed. She get claimed. Like, just look at these like pictures or whatever, videos. Nigga, she was just waiting to get claimed. Look, she been waiting to get claimed for the longest. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Her ass happy as a motherfucker. That's good though. Fine. Alright. That's cool. Chat, could I get a W for being like matchmaker? My man was about to release his shorty because he thought she was some whole shit. I shamed her. Like, chat, you gotta realize what happened. I shamed her back into being a good girl. And now she said her ways has changed and he's realized she's changed a bit. He's given her a chance and now black love is about to prosper. I think I deserve at least a thank you. And I think that I got one thank you. See, chat, I'm not a bad person. I ain't no bad person. Somebody said, why am I excited? Because everybody act like I'm like the worst when it comes to like talking about all of this, like females, like their relationships. No, what I said, everything I said about this young woman kind of helped her, you know, kind of see what maybe her man was saying, get her mind right, realize like, bro, I'm not trying to be considered a fucking hoe out here like some of these other chicks. And she's now operating right. Like, yo, she's probably the happy right now. So I'm gonna take that dub. You ain't trying to get it with the fuck. Okay. All right, back to Chalamet. Who is getting dissed on Iceman? Y'all think Ebro getting dissed? Wait, did Chalamet leak the Jay-Z diss or not?
You know, on top of things.
Look at you, Iceman now. Look at you.
I'm not Iceman. I'm just telling you things that like I told y'all Future was gonna be on the album a few weeks ago.
I heard that Drake got the Iceman fans on edge. It's actually
Hey, Khaled, you need to be on edge too. You and A$AP Rocky, y'all getting direct shots on the project. Just want y'all to know that.
Khaled?
Yes.
Hey, chat. Can we talk about A$AP Rocky for a second? Is Drake messing up, or like is Drake like? At this point, is it worth keep dissing A$AP Rocky, bro? Is it worth keep dissing him? Like, Well, all right, you know what? See, I can't be biased. I can't be biased. A$AP Rocky sat down with me on an interview. A$AP Rocky, academics, Drake, and he did talk about Drake.
Have you guys ever had that conversation?
Of course.
So you guys are talkers, man.
Yes.
How does it make it to raps?
What you mean how it make it to raps? I just told you the nigga was talking about my broad, nigga.
Ooh, it's the beef over Riri.
But don't you hit him on text or whatever? Like, bro,
I don't talk to that nigga who got my number.
Why Rocky? Why Rocky do that?
The fuck I'm talking to that weird nigga for?
Yo, I be forgetting I did these interviews. I didn't know Rocky was talking to Spicy. I was talking to that weird nigga for what?
But you guys are friends.
Yeah, y'all are friends.
You just asked me the same question. Like I told you, I thought we was friends too. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's over females. That's all jokes aside. I thought we was friends too. Last I checked. Next thing I know, niggas is throwing shots from like 2020, 2021, 2022, 2020.
Okay, so legit there are issues over females.
2024. Niggas is throwing shots. Be happy for a nigga, man. Chill out. Like, niggas ain't trying to rub shit in your face. I'm really digging this. This is for real. This ain't about you, nigga. Life don't revolve, you know what I'm saying? Revolve around.
Not that I want you to speak for her, but like, is she like kind of also like, it's like you with your girl and the ex nigga just keep like, yo, bro, you're written out of the picture, man. Like, move on.
I'm gonna be real. I think that's everybody's stance on it, yo. Everybody like, yo, this shit corny. What we talking about? Yo, your man got some weird tactical ways.
Bruh, okay, I see why Drake about to spice it up again. Okay. Yo, chat, if Drake is dissing A$AP Rocky, am I to be blamed? Cause I just kind of asked what happened, and like it looked like he did kind of violate a little bit. He said Drake got weird tactics. He's a weird nigga. There's something about when you call somebody weird, it feels like you basically call him PDF. Like, right? Like when somebody says somebody's weird, weird sounds so bad.
Trying to control narratives and spin shit. And
yeah, you're right. He did this Drake on the album too. Okay, all right. So we can't act like Rocky's a victim, right? Because he had the song that said, "First I fucked your bitch." Right? That's what he said? Then I something, right? What is that? What's the name of the song that he did Drake on? Drake is this A$AP Rocky. What's the name of the song? Oh, first I stole your bitch. Oh, it's called Stole Your Glory. Let's listen to it. Oh, it said, first you stole my flow, so I stole your bitch. I can't trust a soul, just my pole and my kids. Swear to never lie, cross my heart. Okay. Was that the only thing? He did some more? Oh, this is it. Oh, this was independent. My niggas got major business. We in the building, my nigga. Not just some tenants. You just a sensitive nigga, still in his feelings. You bit the image, my nigga. I had to switch it. Is that Drake?
if you a nigga that could see it.
Alright, bet. Alright, so Drake is warranted to this A$AP Rocky. Let's go.
Yep.
He tries to stay so positive and at work and working out.
Well, Callie, you might have wanted to keep some of that weight on, man, because you know. That's what I was told. He's getting direct shots on that.
Do you got any shots coming your way?
I have no idea.
We'll see.
All right.
That's
well,
the latest.
Khaled and Rocky do. And Karol G's on the album as well. Y'all know Karol G?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else?
Is that a big deal?
Look at you, you a Drake fan, man. Look at you, you a low Drake fan.
No, I'm not actually. I'm probably saying a lot of things you don't want out yet. What is Karol G? What is Karol G? Is Karol G?
She's like yeah.
She's Spanish?
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's on the project.
Well, I know people.
Bruh, Drake can't invite me to fucking the release party, nigga. I'm gonna be having a release party here. The fuck is you talking about?
Heard some things from the album, and they said that it has like the vibes of like the Spanish, and then he goes into like the reggae and the Caribbean music or something.
Ooh, some reggae would be good though.
Yeah, Colombian. She's Colombian, yes.
I have no idea.
But Future's still there. He didn't take that verse off because you ruined his rollout.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Let me find out you got an OVO tattoo on your ass. Who you give me your donkey to, sir?
They probably don't want none of this out. He didn't want people in the studio either after I said the thing about Future, so.
Then why you keep doing it, man?
What's going on? I've been seeing there's even more leaks. There's a leak from We Love Hip Hop. It's a Toronto page, and they're saying they're the one who told us Lil Baby's gonna be on the album. They have some more news that they want to break. They claim that Pressa is not going to be on the album, but the song he was on is going to be on the album. Right, here we go.
There's been another, the fact that he's posted this, and there's been another couple of posts. I'm not gonna go do a whole deep dive into the R Drizzy Reddit, but he's made other hints that National Treasure is going to be on Iceman. I'm here to tell you, he's made some changes to the song.
Okay.
Couple changes.
Okay.
So the information that I received from behind the scenes, and I'm not going to reveal my sources, is that National Treasure is going to be on Iceman. It's been turned in. However, there's not going to be a presser first one.
Yo, chat, y'all too funny.
From what I heard, there might be another feature on there, maybe not. But Drake has done a second verse in replacement of the presser verse.
Holy. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Chat, at this point, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, quick announcement, man. If y'all haven't copped tickets to my birthday show, we about to turn this shit into an Iceman release party, man. We about to get lit up in this junk. Obviously, I'm still doing my comedy shit. But still, listen, if y'all haven't gotten tickets to the show, please go get tickets. This Friday. Iceman will be fully out. We gonna be partying, celebrating my birthday, celebrating Iceman. A lot of surprises. Trust me, you wanna be there. Just trust me. Just trust me. Trust. But yeah, no, we're having a good time. If you guys haven't got tickets, this is at Gramercy Theater in New York City. Please come out. We're gonna be having a good old time. All right, okay. He's the guy who told us about Lil Baby. So currently we're hearing Lil Baby, Karol G, Future. Like Presser might have missed it. We gotta see.
For the city, though.
Oh, this was the episode. Yeah. Yeah, in episode 3, he played that instrumental. Episode 3. Nice. Yeah, it's at the end. No, it's at episode 2. It's at episode 2. up here and they play. Here we go. Well, that instrumental plays for a long time. That would be national treasure. For the city, though. Yeah. You gotta light the tower up for this. Yeah. Gotta light the tower. Come on, yeah. Okay. Does he play the verse? Ah, he does. We don't hear the verse. That's interesting. Holy shit. All right, Iceman is on the way, people. Iceman is on the way. OTW. Okay. Is Charlemagne telling the truth? Is he right? I don't know. I told you purposely after I seen like Elliot Wilson start like leaking news, I was like, I'm not gonna be the guy who's confirming or denying anything. So if y'all want to believe that Michael Jackson's on it, J. Cole's on it, Jay-Z's getting dissed, Rihanna might do a interlude, whatever y'all want to believe, whatever. It's only 3 days or 4 days away at this point. Just enjoy the wait. Okay? Just enjoy the wait. It's 96 hours away. I think y'all can wait. 96 hours away from the release of Iceman. All right, chat. I want to kind of watch this with y'all. This is Tekashi 6ix9ine and what's the Big Bang. They did an interview together, and in this interview, by the way, he's doing incredible numbers. He's doing incredible numbers. Only a day out, and 800,000 views. I think what's happening is that a lot of these street dudes, and Big Bang is a guy who comes from the street, but he's an Atlanta guy. He's like an OG out there. People are starting to just say, man, screw that shit, man. We're not gonna just keep up with this like bullshit rap, like, you know, stuff like, yo, we're gonna interview 6ix9ine, we're gonna work with him, we'll do music with him. I think shit just doesn't change. Anyway, they did an interview together, and 6ix9ine's goal clearly from the offset of this was to try to get at, you know what I mean, Big Bang for street hypocrisies. Not necessarily his hypocrisies, but hypocrisies from the street that the rap game is kind of materialized, where 6ix9ine gets treated one way, but like other rappers, they basically are allowed with immunity to do the same without any punishment. So check this out.
Today my birthday, so, you know, I feel good, I feel blessed. I thank God for another year, thank God for, you know, health, you know, family, you know, different opportunities. I definitely wanted to, you know, this is something that I'm grateful for, because I feel like your public needs some facts to open up their eyes, you know what I mean?
Facts or your perspective, which one is
Nah,
it?
it's facts, because...
Are they your facts or facts? First off, we're gonna get right into it. Why you wake up with niggas on your mind? That's what I want to know.
So, I got this, so... When I wake up, right? I don't wake up with on my mind. I wake up, me responding to right? I'm from New York. I feel like a lot of rappers, they wake up.
All right, y'all. So Donald Trump had a psychotic meltdown on Live Social the other day, and he's posting like a crazy person. So let me walk you through some of this. Trump posted, drones dropping like butterflies. And you can see here, it's like blue butterflies in one AI picture, then in the other AI picture, it's like Iranian drones that have apparently been bombed and are falling into the ocean. That's what this is supposed to symbolize. As a bunch of people have pointed out, I didn't know this, but the blue butterfly has been a symbol that's been used by Epstein survivors, and it's supposed to, you know, it's supposed to symbolize bouncing back after having PTSD, like how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. It's like you went through hell, but now you're emerging better off and more beautiful for it. And so Epstein survivors have been using that. So the symbolism of Donald Trump showing a blue butterfly and then having it turn into drones that blow up and die and fall into the ocean. Yeah, the symbolism is kind of powerful there if you really think about it and connect the dots, given that Trump was Epstein's best friend and did all sorts of horrific crimes. I mean, especially I'm thinking of the Katie Johnson story, the 13-year-old who Trump allegedly raped. Okay, so just horrible stuff here. He also posted his face on Mount Rushmore. He also posted a bunch of stuff about the fucking ballroom because he can't help himself. This is the shit he actually cares about. All right, we also have this. President Trump posting a Mark Levin rant, and of course it's Levin calling for, total destruction of Iran.
We don't have to create opposition. There is opposition. We need to seize the opportunity. And we need to see the opportunity. And by that I mean that our CIA, along with the Israeli Mossad, make determinations about the best way to determine who to train and arm, while at the same time we continue the economic stranglehold, and our military, along with our allies, the Israelis, provide coordinated support with targeted and supportive attacks on the IRGC and the Basij paramilitary police.
Why don't you do more war? Why don't you go after the IRGC again? Why don't you go after the Iranian police? Why don't you bomb more? Why don't you arm people who will shoot other people? That's what you should do. And Trump is posting this. Watch this. I love it. I love it when Mark tells me to do more war. There's nothing better than more war. I like seeing things go kaplooey. And remember, we were told that at the beginning of every day, the generals go in and they show Trump, sir, the Iran war is going phenomenally well. Here's a video of all the things we've bombed. It'll be like a school getting bombed and a hospital getting bombed and a port getting bombed. And Trump sits there and he goes, thingy go boom boom, thingy go boom boom. And so he actually thinks we're doing really well. We're bombing everything. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And that's why he goes out. That feeds his talking points. But he doesn't know what's actually going on. He doesn't know just how much we're cooked because Iran has the world by the balls because they now control the Strait of Hormuz. Right? He doesn't know or care that 16 U.S. military bases are now burnt to a crisp in their barbecue chicken, and there's no hope of us fucking getting them back. He doesn't know or doesn't care. And so he posts stuff like Mark Levin, who yells in a nasally voice about how we should potentially nuke Iran, something he's actually done, by the way. And he's posting this look at Mark, he's nailing it. He wants more death and destruction. I love death and destruction.
That's, in my view, how you do it. Well, Mark, you never served in the military. I know history. I know history. Nobody alive ever served in the Civil War either. Nobody alive ever served in the Revolutionary War either. That's not the point. You do leave it to the experts to figure this out. But the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, he makes the decisions. And I look at history. I look at success. Success in destroying the Soviet Union. Success in pushing communism out of Central and South America. And we did this. Success in pushing communism out of parts of Africa. Success in pushing the Russians, the Soviets, out of Afghanistan. We didn't send in troops. We armed the freedom fighters. The Mujahideen in Afghanistan and others.
Bro, he just bragged about arming the Mujahideen, that was us arming and funding Al-Qaeda. That was us arming and funding Osama bin Laden, who attacked us on 9/11. He's bragging about one of the biggest, dumbest mistakes in U.S. foreign policy history. That we always arm radical Islamists, and then they end up using those weapons against us. He's talking about it like it's positive. Oh, my word. And Trump posted this. Trump posted this. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. So we don't need to listen to any more of this, but just know the whole thing is just warmongering mania. I mean, the guy can only get his little dick hard if, some little Iranian girl's getting blown up by a drone. That's how disgusting this guy is, okay? And this is who Trump's listening to. This is who he's listening to. So then, Trump, watching Fox News, absolutely loses his shit because Ro Khanna's on there speaking facts. So Trump says, the sleazebag radical left congressman from the failed state of California, Ro Khanna, should not be allowed on Fox News unless you have an anchor who's capable of disputing his lies, one after another, and closing down his fake bullshit narrative. He is similar, but worse, than Hakeem Jeffries, only with a somewhat higher IQ. This morning he tried, on behalf of the Democrats, to take credit for the steel industry pouring back into the U.S., knowing full well that the dumbs virtually destroyed it and I saved it through strong tariffs. Plus, alright, let me just pause to point out, this is fucking mental. As soon as Donald Trump came in, he ripped up a bunch of Biden laws, which were revitalizing American manufacturing. Okay, made it so that hundreds of thousands of factory jobs that were going to be created here are no longer being created here. Then he did tariffs, which made it so factories that were supposed to open up here were no longer going to open up here. So he destroyed manufacturing in this country, okay? And he's acting like, I saved manufacturing, I saved the steel plants, and it's just a total fucking lie. Our country was dead during the last administration, and now it is hotter than ever before. Oh my word. We can't allow the Democrats, this guy's a fucking child, to take credit for this. If elected, they will fully destroy our thriving and now very respected nation. I will not let that happen. Ro Khanna sees this. He immediately comes out. The man building himself a ballroom with foreign steel probably shouldn't call himself the champion of American steel. Oh, that's brutal, bro. But as you learn from the Epstein files, I'm open to working across the aisle. So how about signing my steel bill to actually rebuild the American steel industry? This is Ro Khanna calling Trump's bluff. And there is a 0% chance that Donald Trump will sign onto that bill or publicly say, I'm for that bill, to rebuild the American steel industry. Okay? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ro Khanna absolutely obliterated him here. And the other reason why Donald Trump is flipping out at Ro Khanna is because Ro Khanna has now made a habit of going on Fox and telling the truth. Going on Fox and keeping it 100. Going on Fox and explaining the scam that is MAGA. So here he is. Listen to what he says here.
The reality is when President Obama left, because of the great efforts of people like Valerie Jarrett, we had 97% of the enriched uranium out. The reality is we didn't have 13 American service members dead. The reality is we never had gas go up from $2.30 to $4. The reality is we did not give China more role in the region. Let me finish, Maria. I'll let you finish.
Okay,
we didn't give China more role in the region. We did not give the IRGC a more hardline regime in there. You know why? Because Obama actually did his homework. He actually tried to engage in statesmanship. He got China, Russia, the entire European allies on board with getting Iran on a path to not having a nuclear weapon. All Trump did is listen to Netanyahu. That's his entire foreign policy. And you know what? I resent the fact that Israel is going to tell the United States what to do. The American president should call the shots in this country.
So Trump is crashing out because he knows Ro Khanna is cooking him. He knows that his disgusting pedophile, rapist, war criminal, con artist history is catching up to him. He knows he has a 32% approval rating. He knows that this shit is landing now. So instead of acknowledging reality and adjusting, he goes to Lie Social and posts like a serial killer and posts like an angry schizophrenic who's losing his mind. Okay? That's where we are. And it's time for everybody to catch up to that. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.
Pretty witty. He's a little bit funny, and he knows how to kind of control the conversation. And Big Bank at this point probably realized you don't have enough information to argue with this guy. And now he's going to use the fact that you're sitting there to embarrass the entire Atlanta, and now you're a pawn. He's going to now try to embarrass 21 Savage, Young Thug, Gunna, and everybody else in that mix. And you're going to validate it by sitting there, and you can't defend it because you don't know enough to defend it. Even if those guys are right and whatever, you don't know enough. So you have just bitten the bait. And I would say for anybody, you know, this is why people usually don't interview with 6ix9ine. I know some people are like, nah, it's because he's a rat. No, because when you interview with 6ix9ine, you can't play that I'm just chill, I'm the OG. He's going to make you look stupid if you don't know your shit. And I think this is when Big Bang probably realized, oh shit, he's coming with me. He's coming to me with shit that is, if I can't disprove it, I'm going to look dumb.
What the is a U visa? While he reportedly filed for a U visa in 2007.
So we have some major news here coming out of the Times of Israel, and this is based off stuff that's being said at the highest levels of the Israeli military here. Look at this. Zamir said to warn cabinet that the IDF will collapse in on itself amid manpower shortage. Report says IDF chief called for laws to enlist Haridim and extend military service, while Central Command head told ministers their policies in the West Bank are further taxing forces. So, one of the top officials in the IDF saying, look, we're done. This military is going to collapse if you don't extend the amount of time that it's mandatory service, but also start drafting the ultra-Orthodox. They are exempt in this moment from mandatory conscription laws. Everybody else in Israel has to abide by mandatory conscription laws. The ultra-Orthodox don't. for some religious reason. And the reason Netanyahu hasn't decided to conscript the ultra-Orthodox is because he needs their votes. They're part of the coalition. And so, but now if you don't do it, well, all of their plans of mass annihilation and extermination in a greater Israel are effectively going to collapse. So they're in a bit of a catch-22 here, as well as the fact that the ultra-Orthodox, they're not fighters. They're not fighters. They're weak. They're soft as Charmin. But let me give you some more here. So they say Military Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir reportedly warned the IDF is going to collapse in on itself during a security cabinet meeting this week as the Army deals with mounting operational demands and a deepening manpower shortage. I'm raising 10 red flags in front of you, Zamir told ministers, according to a Channel 13 news report on Thursday. Right now, the IDF needs a conscription law, a reserve duty law, and a law to extend mandatory service, he was quoted as saying. Before long, the IDF will not be ready for its routine missions, and the reserve system will not last. So they can't even do their routine missions. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you don't wage a war on 7 fronts. This is why you don't do a genocide in Gaza as you do mission creep in the West Bank and try to steal all of that. And you try to take over all of South Lebanon and do a genocide there as well. And you are at war with Iran, and you were bombing Yemen, and the list goes on and on. Like, this is a problem. If you want to fight with every single person around you, this is a problem. And you're eventually going to run up to the limits of human power. And this is a classic failure historically of fighting on too many fronts, overly expanding yourself. And thankfully, it looks like there's going to be some consequences that are associated with that. And hopefully they come sooner, not later. So they say the reported comments sparked criticism from opposition figures who said the government was not attending to the country's security and called for more efforts to draft ultra-Orthodox men. A statement from the Prime Minister's office conversely attributed the blame to legal holdups in the passage of its legislation. Central Command Chief Major General Avi Bluth, who was also at the cabinet meeting, said the government's policies in the West Bank are placing a growing strain on the IDF's already stretched manpower, Channel 12 reported. So in other words, the IDF is theoretically in the West Bank to stop the mission creep of the illegal settlers who are stealing more and more Palestinian territories. That's theoretically why they're there, is to maintain order and control and stop the expansionist illegal settlers. In reality, the IDF is helping the illegal settlers kick more and more Palestinians out of their land, take over more territory, build more settlements. So functionally, they act in tandem with, hand in hand with, the illegal settlers, who are basically terrorists who are doing land theft on a daily basis. But what they're saying here is, look, you have so many people there that, what are we supposed to do on the other fronts of the war? We don't have enough people. We can't fucking keep this up. The other thing is, Hezbollah is genuinely extracting a toll from the IDF to the point where they've even attacked bases in northern Israel. So, of course, there, Israel is deep into Lebanon, up to the Litani River. They've basically stolen all of South Lebanon, or they're trying to steal all of South Lebanon. And Hezbollah has fought back successfully to the point where they've even breached into Israel and have attacked bases inside Israel, and some of those bases have been abandoned. So now, this is what happens when Israel is faced with a fighting force that has some power, that has some know-how and some ability. And now they're panicking. And now they're like, holy shit, this entire thing is going to fucking collapse. Okay. Bluth reportedly told ministers that over the past year, they approved the establishment of numerous settlements in the Jordan Valley and across the West Bank, developments that require increased security coverage. This is your policy, Bluth reportedly said. It requires security and a full protection package because the reality on the ground has completely changed, and that requires manpower. Ministers were also shown footage of settler violence incidents during the meetings, according to Channel 12. Attacks by extremist settlers have spiked during the ongoing war with Iran. This week, the Israeli Defense Forces diverted an infantry battalion that was intended to be deployed to Lebanon to the West Bank amid a spate of attacks by settlers against Palestinians. The military says even more troops may be needed to combat the attacks. Opposition leader Yair Lapid held a press conference after the Channel 13 report aired, blaming the government for sending the army into a multi-front war without a strategy, without sufficient resources, and with too few soldiers. I love this because there is no actual Israeli opposition. Because this guy, Yair Lapid, he came out here and said, yeah, I also support a greater Israel, but we got to be tactical about it. We got to be strategic about it. We can't bite off more than we can chew. So the argument isn't, hey, stop doing genocides and stop doing illegal wars and stop doing land theft. The argument is, you need to be smarter about this. You need a better strategy. You need sufficient resources. So there is no Israeli left. Well, there is an Israeli left. It's like the 17 people who go out there and protest the war against Iran in Israel and they get arrested for it, okay? So, but I'm talking like, what, 5% of the population? It's very small. The left in Israel is significantly smaller than the left in the U.S., and the left in the U.S. is not massive in terms of its size. Quote, this time, the government will not be able to say, I didn't know. This is the chief of staff they appointed, and they will not be able to politicize him and shift the blame onto him, Lapid added, saying that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will not be able to say, I am not responsible. Lapid called on the government to do much more to draft ultra-Orthodox men who have long enjoyed sweeping exemptions from military service that the government previously sought to enshrine into law. He added that the government must fight Jewish terrorism with every available means and called on the government to strip authority from far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, who openly supports Jewish terrorists, and to deploy all enforcement capabilities. By the way, Itamar Ben-Gvir himself is a terrorist, literally. He is a terrorist. Former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, seen as one of Netanyahu's leading competitors in this year's election, also called the government to draft the ultra-Orthodox during an interview on Channel 12, saying that Israel's leadership was preventing the IDF from winning. The IDF is 20,000 soldiers short. There are 100,000 young Haredim of military age in good health today, and if they only recruited a fifth of them, there would be no problem. So the IDF in danger of absolutely collapsing. And then it'll be interesting to see, because Israel's already losing a bunch of secular people, right? They're losing secular people who look around and go, why do I want to be under bombs falling on a regular basis? And why do I want to be part of a country that's launching illegal attacks all the time? That seems kind of crazy. But then, will there also be an exodus of ultra-Orthodox if they draft the ultra-Orthodox? And I think that probably will happen. So it looks like Israel might eventually just implode in on itself, because it's a settler colonial project, and it's a terror state, and it's an apartheid state, and it's becoming untenable. Netanyahu really is fighting on so many fronts that it could lead to the collapse, not just of the military, but also of the country. But then we also have, so at the same time this is going on, Dropsite says, Israel killed 51 people in Lebanon in 24 hours on Saturday, as the Israeli army continued its attacks despite the so-called ceasefire. As I told you, a ceasefire in Israel is you cease, we fire. The toll since the beginning of March has surged past 2,846 people killed and 8,693 injured, the Ministry of Public Health announced today. And then this person posted in Lebanon, sound up, this video is from my bedroom this morning, side by side with a live map of all armed surveillance drones circling over Lebanon. See this? And this is terrifying because people hear this and they have no idea, like, wait a second, am I going to be bombed? I could be bombed any minute listening to this, hearing the drones overhead. So Israel is a rogue state. They're completely and utterly out of control, but they may have overreached, and that may have devastating, dire consequences. And it appears like the chickens may be coming home to roost a little bit. And look, there'd be nothing better for the world than for the IDF to collapse, because they literally are a giant terrorist army. That's just an objective description. You might not like that, but it's just a fact as to what they've done within the past few years, at the very least. I mean, we could get into the history, but that's a much longer conversation. But now, to see, hey man, we don't have the numbers. We can't make this work. This is also a very important reason why Netanyahu and Israel want to destroy Iran completely. It's because Iran helps to fund both Hamas and Hezbollah. And they feel like if they can get rid of Iran, well, then you have much more weakened Hezbollah, much more weakened Hamas. And it makes it so they have no regional adversaries, and they could be the dominant hegemon, okay? And that's what they want. And so that's why they prioritize. No matter what, we need to do this illegal war against Iran and try to destroy them as a civilization. That's exactly what Netanyahu is doing. And you have to say no. You have to stare him down. You have to say no. But of course, Trump won't do that because he's compromised in the Epstein files. Epstein was Mossad, so Israel has dirt on him, and he's bought by the Israel lobby. But here we are, where they overreached, and now there's consequences. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.
Against y'all, man. I'm a donkey. I'm a donkey. You are a donkey. Everything that Charlemagne is saying is true.
Yeah, it's donkey today. For Tuesday, October 22nd, goes to Erica Hutchinson. Erica is a police officer in Memphis, Tennessee, and since 2018, she's been stealing. Okay, yes, this police officer helped steal Crime Stoppers reward money. totaling $18,000. I swear we live in an era where you truly can't trust anyone to be anything but human. But this is just another example of there is no right way to do the wrong thing. Let's go to WREG3 News for the report, please.
Records state from August 2023 through February 2024, Memphis police officer Erica Hutchison used her position in law enforcement to enter fraudulent data into the Crime Stoppers database, then have a person named KB to receive rewards for tips. 2 incidents detailed in the documents state in late 2023, tips for 2 separate crimes were approved for Crime Stoppers reward money. But days before that reward payout was scheduled, Hutchison updated the database system. It's unclear if she knew that system maintained an audit history, listing which user made the modification. What we do know, January 10th, Memphis FBI field office agents conducted surveillance on the Crime Stoppers payout location, and witness KB, the person Hutchison had been conspiring with, pull up and pick up the reward payment for both of the tips. Records go on to state Hutchison and KB fraudulently obtained $18,500 in rewards from Crime Stoppers.
Erica was running a scam from within the system. I'm telling you, man, one of the greatest books you can read is The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Okay, humans are such interesting creatures to me because this woman was a police officer. She was stealing reward money from Crime Stoppers since 2018. You just heard what they said. She was one of 2 officers assigned to sort through Crime Stoppers tips and then give that information to the investigators. That investigator's documents. Well, that investigator documents the usefulness of that tip in a database, which Erica had access to. So from August 2023 to February of 2024, she used her position in law enforcement to enter fraudulent data into the Crime Stoppers database, then had a person named KB to receive rewards from the tips. Here's what I don't understand. You are a police officer, Erica. How about simply do your job? Attempt to solve the crime. Connect with real people on the street. It's snitches everywhere. Okay? It is people willing to give up information all the time. Have those people send in the real tips that lead to real arrests, and then when they collect the money, split it with them. I don't know if that's legal or not.
That's not legal.
That's not legal.
Idiot.
Like you just as dumb as her.
All right, too much.
Okay.
You're watching too much Power.
But at least you can fall back on the fact that, hey, you really solving crimes. You really getting criminals off the street. You're not making up things, okay? This is disappointing on multiple levels. First, you turned your badge into a side hustle by scamming Crime Stoppers. Okay, that immediately makes you untrustworthy. And when you're a police officer, you're supposed to be in a position of trust. There's already a level of distrust between civilians and cops, and it's because of situations like this. A lot of people feel like the cops spend all day beating us up, shooting us when we are unarmed, or pulling heists like Alonzo on training day. All right, we know this isn't the truth about all officers, but because of things we've seen with our own eyes and propaganda, or should we say propaganda, this is what we think. And Erica, you didn't make the situation any better, because instead of using your position as a cop to serve the community, you have used your position as a cop to serve yourself. Please give Erica Hutchison